Hey, what's going on, everybody? Commander Crane here. It's been a minute since I've done one of these videos, and I am excited to talk about a couple different things in regards to the channel. So it's been a minute since I've done one of these videos. I know I recently did one. I did one last month, which beforehand it had been quite some time since I had done a video like this. And I kind of wanted to talk about what the future of the channel is going to look like, as well as some changes and such. So the first change is, for those who maybe didn't watch the last stream, the background looks a little bit different here. So technically, normally where I record, so back here in that, where that room's at right there, yeah, where that's at, that's actually where the recording room is, the office area where I keep everything. Which I know I've talked about this a few times, but for the few people that might not know, I'm going to be having my first child very, very soon. As of the recording of this, pretty much 2 months, pretty much. So it's coming very, very close. And that is going to be the baby's room. So for now, I have my PC and desk set up kind of like in our dining room pretty much area. So that's where I've got all that. So it looks a little bit different. This isn't going to be like the permanent background or anything like that. It's mostly just what it is for now. I haven't decided if I'm going to get a green screen or not. I probably will at some point, just because, I mean, not that this background looks horrible, obviously. It's just kind of like my generic living room, that kind of thing. So probably going to change the background at some point, but we'll kind of see. So if you're curious as to why it looks so much different, that's why. I also want to give a shout out. I always talk about this. I feel like every official channel update. So we're currently at 1,358 subscribers. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel and your continued support through these, I don't want to say uncertain times, but weird changing times with the channel. The last big update I had shared here was talking about, forgetting all of a sudden, the role of Magic. Well, how much Magic is going to be playing a part of this channel going forward, and that's kind of what I partially wanted to talk about today. So I know it's been a little weird because I feel like every update I kind of have a different answer, but to a certain extent, with Magic being as big of a part of my life as it had been up to this point for the last 10 years, it was something that I didn't want to take lightly. I didn't want to just necessarily rush into something, and I didn't want to just kind of keep changing the channel, and everyone's like, what the heck is going on? Like, what's actually going on with the channel? So I kind of want to give a rundown of my opinion with everything with the channel, as well as kind of talk about what the channel's going to look like going forward. So, with Magic, I've been doing some Magic content here and there. I know I did the last stream. So, as of the recording of this video, this is before the stream that I have scheduled today, which is the Pokemon Ranked Ladder one. But before that, it was the Lorwyn spoiler stream where I just kind of look at all the spoilers and stuff like that. And it was really fun. It was fun to go over all the Lorwyn spoilers, and this set looks awesome. It's probably going to be the best set of the year. I'm just saying that now. The set looks really, really fun. But I kind of wanted to talk about what the plan is going forward. So as far as I'm concerned right now, so I'm looking at doing alternating Magic and Pokemon streams. It'll literally just go boom, 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 boom. It'll change. So obviously we did a Magic stream last week. We're going to do a Pokemon stream this week. Next week will be a Magic stream. One thing as it pertains to Magic, and I was kind of thinking about this, everyone has like their New Year's resolutions, right? And I decided to have a couple for the channel. So the one is I have two actually for the channel. So two for the channel is, one, I want to become good at the Pokemon TCG. I feel like I'm getting there. I've been playing pretty much the same deck since I started playing. So I'm really getting the routine down of playing the deck. And I feel like I have the deck down that I've been playing. And actually, as of later, I'm going to be going to another weekly event, which is going to be fun for Pokemon. But the other thing I want to have be my New Year's resolution is, for Magic, try to find the passion that I had for the game at one point. So I want to try to find the passion for the game again, to really like playing the game. So I've been thinking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks now. At this point, I haven't played any paper Magic in, oh gosh, September, October, I think is the last time I actually played paper Magic. And I've played like 2 or 3 arena streams, I think, since then. I think that's all I've really done. And I want to try to find the part of Magic that I like again, which I like playing in paper way more than I like playing online. So that kind of makes it a little tricky because it's harder to do that, especially with how I like to play. I don't like Commander. Standard is not bad in the sense that the card pool is decent, so I can kind of build what I want for the most part in Standard, but it's still tricky just because the power level is so strong at the top. There's also not really any Standard going on, at least in these parts. So I have to try to decide what I want to do in terms of playing Magic. I know one of the shops in my local area is doing value vintage, which is $20 vintage, which totally sounds like something I would love to play. But unfortunately, the shop hosts it on Saturdays, and I work retail, so it doesn't really work. That doesn't really, make a good combination there. So I'm not exactly sure how I want to approach it, but we'll kind of see what happens going forward. But my goal is to try to find the passion in Magic again, which we'll see what that necessarily looks like. I will just try to see what I like for the most part. So I think when Lorwyn comes out, I'm definitely going to do like a Lorwyn draft. I'll do some stuff like that, which would be fun. I was talking about going to a pre-release, which I don't know if I will. I was thinking about it. It's nothing against pre-releases, but I don't know. We'll kind of see what happens going forward. But the set looks really fun. It looks super fun. So we'll see. Let's see. We talked about the Pokemon. I guess I'll get more to detail with Pokemon as well. I know I kind of talked about I want to become good at it. So I like playing Magic in paper. I guess I would say TCGs, but I really only played Magic for a long time, so I don't really know what it's like. It's like a weird reflection off that. I guess I'm just gonna take off my glasses for a bit, which will look a little weird. So one thing that I've been trying to figure out is, how to like fill that gap of like paper competitive Magic, and I think Pokemon is doing an excellent job at doing that. The gameplay it's somewhat similar to Magic, I guess, but it's a little different. And I really like the gameplay. It's pretty fun, at least from what I have been exploring as of late. It seems pretty fun. I'm enjoying it. So I am basically using Pokemon as like the filling the gap for my wanting to play a TCG competitively in person, where like it's actually like not frowned upon to try to win the game relatively quickly, and it's going great so far. So definitely expect more Pokemon content in the future. I gotta fully look into this, but I know that they do Pokemon tournaments. I don't know if it's related, like if it's like similar to FNMs or RCQs. I don't know. I know that there's like you get points and then they add into like like there's obviously they feed into the world championships and stuff like that. I don't know how far that really dives into. Realistically, as of this current rate, I think trying to maybe qualify for a big event or go to a big event is definitely in the near future. This year it's a little tricky though, because obviously having a baby is going to require me to be home a lot more and such. So I was looking at the event calendar. I saw that there's an event in Indianapolis in May. Assuming I wasn't having a baby soon, yeah, I probably would look at going to that for sure. And Audrey loves going to events and stuff, especially Pokemon stuff. So she probably would have gone to. Probably not in the cards though. At least early this year, possibly late in the year, depending on I don't know how late they schedule events, but we'll kind of see. I know a bunch of the local guys are going to Toronto, which is really cool. They're going this weekend. So shout out the team at Draw 7. Hopefully they do a great job here at the regional event in Toronto this Saturday. Saturday, Sunday, I believe so. I know Magic starts there's like Fridays now. But anyways, so yeah, it's fun. It's really fun playing it. And I will say, like, for the people, because obviously if you follow this channel, you most likely play Magic. I would give it a shot. It's it's different, but like still somewhat similar, right? I know at least the deck I'm playing right now. So I'm playing a Charizard Pidgeot deck, and it's very like. So I like to play like monster decks in Magic, and this kind of reminds me of a monster deck. Not just because like I'm using a Charizard as like the main win condition, but because like I'm using like a rare candy, which is like accelerating ahead of time. So you're like trying to get out your Charizard quicker. So it's kind of like ramping into something, right? So like rare candy is almost like a ramp spell in a weird way. And it's interesting. One of the cards I have in my deck too is a Pidgeot, which literally like on your turn, you get to search for a card, like any card you want, put it in your hand. I'm like, I can just Demotic Tutor every turn. Like, what? This is crazy, and it's great. It's an excellent card. So you should definitely give it a try. So with my deck too, like I went out and bought the entire deck, and I want to say it was $50 to build this deck. And the deck I'm playing is like a tier 1.5 deck. Like your tier 1 is like your Dragapulse, your Golden Goes, and your Gardevoir, right? And then the next tier is like Charizard Pidgeot, for instance. I don't know all the other decks, but I know that is one. I think Ceruledge, I think, is one of those tier 1.5 decks. So yeah, I'm playing a pretty decent deck, and it's fun. I'm having a great time. You should definitely try it if you've not already. So it's super cheap to get into in paper, which is awesome. Like I even went through and I'll even show this. I wasn't planning on showing this off, but like I even went through and I got like the gold versions of like some of my cards and stuff like that, and they were still like pretty cheap. Like, and like even like this shiny Pidgeot full art is actually like super cheap, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time playing Pokemon for sure. Also, no sideboard. You literally just need your deck. That's it. Like, but that's also where it's interesting though, because without a sideboard, you play your hate pieces in the main deck. So for instance, like there's like this Psyduck which stops like self-destruct effects. So you don't have a sideboard. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna put 2 Psyducks in the sideboard. No, you just play one in your board. You just play one or not in your board, in your main board. You play one just because you're like, oh, I want to hate against this matchup, that kind of thing, which is very interesting. So it's fun. I'm having a great time playing it though. I really am. And then with the influx of like Pokemon sets that comes out too, it's like it doesn't necessarily feel too much like Magic. I would say it's kind of different-ish, but it's still very fun. So anyways, enough rambling about Pokemon. Future of the channel. I'm looking at, this is something I was thinking about a little earlier. I'm considering moving streaming to 2 days a week. I kind of realized that streaming is a lot more fun to me than recording videos. Like, you know, especially with just like doing deck techs, like, or, you know, like I'm also at a point though with like Magic, I'm not really interested in doing deck techs anymore. I'm more interested in just playing the game. And Pokemon, I don't like know the game enough to sit here and like know how to brew all these perfect decks. So I'm at this point where I don't know what I'm going to do for regular videos. I know I did recently just do the vlog, which if you have not check that vlog, you definitely should check it out. It was very fun. It was like recording kind of like my first Pokemon TCG event. I'm not sure if I'm going to vlog again because I'm going to locals again today. I don't know if I'm going to record again. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to or not. But anyways, I don't know what that's going to look like necessarily. So I'm thinking about just moving to streaming twice a week. I find it a lot more enjoyable. So I know it makes it a little tricky with my schedule, but I have been working more days, which kind of works better for streaming. So we'll kind of see what happens moving forward. But obviously, if I'm going to start streaming twice a week, you will notice that if you have notifications turned on, or if you pay attention to your subscription feed, it'll say, like, I usually try to schedule it a few days ahead of time, especially if I know. Like, I knew I was going to be streaming today on Wednesday, so I put it Monday was when I knew, or Sunday or Monday, one of the two. I try to put that out ahead of time. So kind of expect that moving forward. But yeah, that's kind of the main thing I wanted to discuss was I feel like I figured out what I want to do. Magic, like I'm going to alternate with Pokemon. Pokemon is my in store in paper, and in paper is how it came out. But it's going to be like my paper in store TCG, and then Magic is just going to be, play some arena. Not to say that I might not ever go to a Magic event again, but just know that like it's not really a lot going on in my area, especially no Pioneer. Makes it kind of frustrating because I love Pioneer. Pioneer is my dog. So we'll kind of see what happens moving forward. I did actually buy a Magic card though the other day. Just crazy. I don't even know where the deck's even at right now, which speaks about my thoughts on Magic. But I bought the last extended art I needed for my dinosaur deck to like be pimped out. So basically the whole deck is pimped out for the most part, at least for how much I can do it for, which is kind of cool. So I'll have to show it off one of these days. I mean, everyone's seen it when I, was submitting the, sorry, I gotta look at the time real quick. I don't even have my glasses on. I can't. Oh, 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes. Jesus, let's say. I can see with my glasses, but just everything's a little blurry, right? I mean, like, I can see. But anyways, yeah, I got the last extended art for my deck. But everyone's seen me play the deck when I played Paper Magic at the time. But anyways, I think that's everything I wanted to go over. It's going to be an interesting next couple of months for sure, especially getting close to, being a father for the first time, which is something that I am very much looking forward to. I think it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. So maybe, depending on how long I decide to keep the YouTube train going, which I enjoy doing it. I am mostly just having this gaming crisis, just trying to figure out how I want to navigate the future. That's what a lot of it's just coming down to. I've always enjoyed doing YouTube. It's been fun. Been doing it for, let's see, because I did it for about 2 years, and then I had about a year gap, and then I picked it up again. So yeah, we're going about 4 years strong, I would say. And it's been great. I've had a great time, and I appreciate, everyone that has been supporting the channel, especially the channel members. You guys are rock stars, and I always love seeing different people join the chat as well when we stream. I know it's weird, not everyone can hop on the stream at the same time. I understand, if I stream past 4 o'clock, I know Seronoki, it's hard for him to make it onto the stream just because he lives in a different part of the world. So it's super late at night for him. So completely understand that. But always feel free to check out the stream replay though. So you can always check that out and just kind of see the shenanigans that we were up to on any given day. So, but anyways, that's all I've got for you. This video went on a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but yeah, just kind of wanted to talk about what the future of the channel is looking like. And again, it's gonna be fun here. I'm gonna be streaming in about 2 hours from recording this video, so that's gonna be great. I don't know. My guess is this will probably be uploaded the next day, so this will probably be coming out Thursday most likely. But yeah, just kind of want to talk about the future of the channel here, and I'm looking forward to an excellent 2026 here on the Commander Crane channel. So that's all I've got for everybody. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, everybody.